Initiating coverage report from Bernstein, but Mahima standing by to give us the bull versus bear case on this one. Mahima.
Right. So basically, it's the right time to, pull out the bull versus bear case for Swiggy. Let's talk about the financial performance first. Swiggy in quarter 2 saw a net loss of around 626 crore versus that of loss of around 611 crores in the previous quarter. But the positive side is that it aims to double the dark store capacity by March 25, and they've also said in their Q2 con call that they are targeting 2,000 orders per day per dark store, which will improve their revenues as well as profitability going forward. Now, moving on to the new initiatives that Swiggy has taken. It has taken 2 new initiatives recently. Just recently it announced a shift in terms of its super app strategy, where it launched Snack, which will deliver food in 15 minutes. Now this will be a separate app. Swiggy has always had a strategy of having one integrated app, but Snack will be a separate app, as the management has said. Now this points towards a shift in the super app strategy. This will lead to more cost per user, because now their delivery partners will be differentiated because of 2 apps, and this will lead to Swiggy always had an upper hand when it came to cost per user because of its integrated app, but that will be taken away if Snack is a separate app. Next, they have also launched PYNG, a service marketplace, which is again a new launch from Swiggy. But again, here it is a new app, so cost per user goes up for Swiggy, and the main question here is how and when the execution for this particular app will take place, because Swiggy right now is diversifying into different services, and so is Zomato. The question for both of them actually lies is that how the execution of all of these different services will take place. Moving on to the next part is they've unveiled Swiggy Serves to address food wastage. This is just today that the management has announced. But here again the question is whether execution will rightly take place. Zomato had also taken such initiative that they've started delivering food that gets cancelled at a lower rate. It's available on their app at a lower rate, but Swiggy has taken a different approach. They'll serve that food into different areas, but the main question here is how the execution of this will take place. Moving on to what the brokerages are saying, we have Bernstein on one side, which is initiated coverage on Swiggy with an outperform rating and a target price of 635. CLSA has a target price of over 700, but Bernstein has a 25% upside, and HSBC on the other side had initiated a coverage with a hold on Swiggy with a target price of 550. Now both of these have different views. Bernstein says that it will deliver 90% plus CAGR growth over FY25 to 27. On the other side, HSBC says that it does not forecast EBITDA break-even before FY28 estimates. Bernstein on the other side says that adjusted margins to expand to 4% by FY30, but HSBC expects food delivery to grow at a CAGR of around 16%. So, these are the 2 different views of 2 different brokerages. One who has maintained has initiated with an outperform, and HSBC with a hold rating on Swiggy. So, this is the bull versus bear case of Swiggy.
Okay, thanks so much for that, Mahima. Let me go to Aditya. Aditya, sense with regard to Swiggy, would you buy at this point, and if you would you prefer Zomato over Swiggy? Quick answer.
15-second answer, no to both of them.
Okay. And reason? Is it just profitability? Is it lack of business model?
Yeah. So on the Instamart and the dark stores that they're trying to put in, Instamart is doing the same, Zepto is doing the same, Amazon is doing the same, Flipkart Minutes is doing the same. So I don't really understand where is the moat here, and people will go to the producer with the lowest cost rather than having any loyalty per se. So I don't think any prediction can be made as to who is going to win on the 15-minute delivery strategy. Now coming on to the fact that Swiggy has also launched that 15-minute food delivery concept. I think that is going to be applicable to very limited dishes which can be ready very, very quickly. And I don't think that the profitability there will be huge for Swiggy. My only concern with Swiggy is the stock is already rallied from the issue price of 390, is trading at about 500 rupees, and is now trading at a market cap of 1,20,000 for a company which is already in a loss of 600 crores closed last quarter. I think that the valuations are extremely punchy and aggressive. The stock will turn around and the stock will give returns from here on. when the management clearly shows return to profitability, the losses start to narrow, and the market gets a sense that there is a clear timeline on profitability. So until then, I don't think that the stock is going to move per se. The market cap is already expensive enough for the stock to move any further from here on.
Fair, fair. Okay, so expensive in that sense, no visibility with regard to profitability. Kush, any view with regard to Swiggy, Zomato on technicals? Because you're seeing good moves on tough days from both of these.
Swiggy, I would avoid fairly recently limited data. On Zomato, before I give my view, I remember around 280, 290 odd levels. Aditya said, I'll buy Zomato at 200. And I mean, he's halfway there. So we'll wait for that level to come about. But from a near-term perspective, I'm looking at 240. That's the medium-term support zone. 235 is the 200-day moving average as well. If these levels are held, then I think there is a rebound trade to be made. Not to forget that the stock has had a very good run. So in the grand scheme of things, right now it just looks like that this is more of a profit booking, a consolidation phase. After a very sharp run up from about 50 odd levels. So for me, the stock still is on a fairly decent footing. If it does hold the 240 mark, then perhaps you could see a rebound and a move again towards 275, 280 levels, and 300 will prove to be a medium-term resistance level.
Okay, so while we're at it, in a bid to tackle food wastage, Swiggy started a program to take surplus food